Hi, and welcome to the Dinner Agenda. This is Bo.
And this is CeeLo.
Hi, CeeLo. How are you?
Oh, I feel much better.
Do you? So we
Yeah.
were supposed to record and release an episode last week, but we didn't because little Miss Muffet over here.
I
What happened to you?
I I came home on Monday from up north and I wasn't feeling great, but I didn't really know what was going on. I wasn't sure if I was just tired or it was busy. And I laid down on the sofa and I didn't move until Thursday,
Yeah,
basically. I
yeah.
don't know what it was. Like it was cold sinus, achy, chills,
Hmm.
lethargic, like, just totally out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you didn't do a COVID test, right?
No, you know what? A bunch of people asked me if I did, and I'm like, "Maybe I should." I think we have some upstairs. I think they're probably expired, but I know they extended the expiry date on those tests, but
Hmm.
I thought, "Really, then what's the point?"
Well, and that's actually a good point. What is the point? I don't know, right? Because I think I have some friends that are like, it's important to still know whether or not it's COVID,
Yeah.
just in case you end up with long COVID or some other kind of, long term side effect or something. But then on the flip side, I'm kind of like, but it's here to stay. And
Yeah.
it is a flu, right? Like it is a flu.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is just the new flu. So why do we bother testing anymore? I mean, anybody who has the flu or is not well, I mean, generally nowadays you just don't socialize, in
Yeah,
public.
totally. I mean,
So,
there's no way you go into
yeah,
the office for work, like I would work from home, but I mean, I was literally just like
yeah,
horizontal and it
yeah.
wasn't pretty. And so it's my fault. It's all my fault
Why is it
that
your
we
fault?
didn't come back
Oh, that,
in
yeah, yeah,
September
yeah.
as promised. All of our
That's right.
listeners, I'm sure, have just been dying
Forgetting who we
without
are.
us,
I mean,
right? Yeah.
crying for us.
Crying tears. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sure of that. So yeah, sadly, but we're back now.
Yes,
We're
we are
back.
definitely back now. We are definitely back now.
Yeah.
And we are going on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, we are on YouTube already.
I mean,
Just the
video.
audio,
Yeah,
but
just the
we
audio,
will
but
be
I mean
sharing
video.
some video clips of
Mhm.
our gorgeousness on
Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
and I don't know where else, like, we could share the video, but YouTube
Facebook.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook and
YouTube.
Instagram, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, so that'll be fun. I guess I have to figure out now how to edit video clips, so that might take a little bit of training.
That's on you.
Yeah, I know. I figured that.
You do the techie stuff. That's
I
on you.
assumed. So, yeah,
Okay.
so very exciting.
It is. And so today's agenda topic is a recap of our August vacation.
Yeah. Where
Yep.
the hell were we? What the hell did we do? And
Yep.
did we have some fun?
Yes. Okay, but before we get there, I actually I have to tell you two very, very, very funny things.
Okay.
And these two things happened in the month of August.
Okay,
Okay?
so it counts. It's on the agenda.
It does. It
Okay.
does. It does kind of count. But there is a raccoon mummy who has babies,
Okay. Like a
who has
mother,
been
not like a mummy like Halloween.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
like a mom, like a mother, like a
Okay.
mummy
A
raccoon.
parent. A parent
Parent
raccoon.
really? Really?
What?
So, every night when we cook dinner, and if we have the sliding door in the back open,
Yes?
she tries to come in.
Seriously?
She I'm not fucking kidding you, CeeLo. She literally gets up, like, on her hind legs, her paws are, like, on the screen, and she's trying to open the frickin' I'm not joking, and I literally have to go up to her and say, "No, no, 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 no. Stop that, go away. No, 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 no." And then she'll finally, kind of leave, but she is trying to come in every night. So now I don't know if there's a neighbor around here who is feeding her, and that's why she's feeling so like, "I'm just gonna go up on this deck,"
'Cause
and,
the deck next
you know
door gave me some
you know,
rotten bread or something.
as soon as I, like, knocked on the door or tried to open the screen door, but I don't know if that's what it is or if she's just really hungry. I'm saying to Dave, maybe she's just really hungry and she smells our cooking and she's like, "I want some of that chicken." Like maybe that's what she's I don't know. But anyways, it's pretty funny. So to the point where we now have to, when we're cooking dinner or making dinner, we actually have to close the back sliding door
Make sure it's
and
closed.
we don't open it until the next
Well,
day
I'll
because
tell you what, I'll loan you Ginge because she goes tearing through that backyard, like, I
oh.
have to hold her back as I open the back door, like,
Mhm.
at, like, 10 o'clock when I'm going to bed and it's time for final pee. I hold
Mhm.
her back and I open that back door,
Mhm.
and I call out into my backyard, "Hey, you raccoons,
Stop.
you better get back up in that tree, she's coming. Here she comes." And then I let her go so that they know. I
Yeah.
told you about the opossum.
No.
Oh my
Oh, did she hurt one?
I thought she killed it.
Oh shit.
I
They're
thought
such
she
great
killed it.
animals. What
So,
happened?
I let her out to pee every night before I go to bed. I start the dishwasher, whatever, and then I usually open the door, she comes in, get a treat, and we're done. I'm putting the soap in the dishwasher, and I hear her in the backyard. I'm like, "Oh my god, what is she trying to
Yeah.
do?" And I'm like and I open the door, I'm calling her in. She's got horrible recall, especially if she's all in a
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
And so I went kind of running out there thinking, like, has something got her?
Mhm.
Like, like, grabbed her or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, I had my flashlight on my phone, and
Mhm.
she is barking at this thing, and I look, and there's, like, this opossum laying dead next to the
Oh.
hockey net, and
But they
I'm like,
fake their deaths, don't they? Like, don't they fake
"This
play?
is what I'm talking about. Wait for the rest of the story."
Okay.
So she comes inside, and I said to Mel, like, "There's a dead opossum out there. I cleaned up the green bin that the animals got into the other day. You're
Mhm.
on dead opossum duty." And she's like, "No fucking way." Um, but she goes, "I think they fake their deaths when they're scared." And sure
Yeah.
enough, when I went out there in the morning to look, there was no dead opossum. It was
Oh.
just
Oh.
scared from the ginge. But our
They're
neighbors
such
put a
yeah.
little camera up,
Yeah.
not up high, but on the floor of their back porch,
Mhm.
and he sent me clips, like, in one night, there was a raccoon,
Mm.
there was an opossum, there was a rat, there was a
Really?
mouse. Yes, yes.
Really?
It was like, I'm gonna call him Doctor Doolittle from now on. I'm like, "I don't know where all these animals
Wow.
are coming from."
That's
But yeah.
funny.
Mhm.
That's funny. Okay. Well, I'm glad that the opossum was okay because they're like really good animals to have around. I know they're ugly, but they eat all the nasty ticks and, like all
Oh,
the
do
bad
they?
things.
Okay, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah. Oh, yeah. They eat ticks and like they're actually really, really good to have around. So,
I
you
need
know,
some up north.
yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Okay. So, raccoon and opossum. But here's another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is going to literally make you fall off your chair.
Okay.
I'm not
I'm
kidding.
holding on.
You're holding on?
I'm holding on.
Okay. You know that I have an insane fear of spiders.
Yes.
Like insane. Like I see one and it panics me.
Yes.
Okay. There is this woman on Facebook. I think she's also on Instagram as well. Why are you looking around? What's going on?
I'm totally not.
No. Okay. So I think she's on Facebook and her thing is called Mini Robo Muppets.
Okay.
Okay. She raises and takes care of jumping spiders. But what she does is no, no, CeeLo, listen. What she actually does is she records the jumping spider, like so, like it's on her hand or it's in its little house that she has for it or whatever.
Like the
And then
same way somebody might have a kitten, she has
yeah,
jumping spiders. Okay.
yes, okay. And she actually does a little snippet where she'll be talking to the jumping spider and then the jumping spider is talking to her. So it's like a little skit, if you will. No, listen, it is so fucking cute. It is so fucking cute and adorable. And these little spiders, when they're talking and they're doing whatever, it's now I can't stop watching it. I cannot stop watching this woman's videos. And it's made me, I mean, listen, I don't want a spider on me. I don't want it anywhere near me. As I get that it's really cute and shit, but I mean, when I see these videos,
Yes.
I'm kind of like a bit in love. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is so fucking adorable." Okay, and then today, I went and opened my curtains in my bedroom, and there was this tiny little spider there, like a tiny little spider. And I would normally be like, "Ah!" Right?
Uh-huh.
I was actually like, "I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna leave you be." I'm not fucking kidding. I'm not kidding.
I don't think I believe you.
I know.
I know that
Listen,
you've had this, like, crazy
I
fear
know.
of spiders for, like, ever.
I know. Listen, I still don't want I mean, when I think about it, it still gets me, worked up. Like, I can feel the anxiety happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't want one on me. I don't
Mhm.
want to see one crawling across my table here or anything,
But you
but
might want pet jumping spiders is
no, I
what I'm
don't
hearing.
want pet jumping spiders either, but, the job that this woman does with these spiders and how she kind of promotes their well-being, I think is freaking phenomenal. No, I know, it's so crazy.
Spiders.
Listen, and I think she's one of your species. I think she's a lesbian as well, this lady. So,
Well, I
you
like
gotta
her
check it
already
out.
then.
Yeah, exactly.
She
But
must be
listen,
cool.
you need to check out Mini Robo Muppets, okay? Check it out. See if you can find her on Instagram. I think I'm watching her on Facebook, and I know you don't have
Mini
Facebook, but, see if you can
Robo Muppets,
Muppet.
like
Yeah, like Muppets, like the
Jim
Muppets.
Henson Muppets.
Yeah,
Copy
yeah.
that.
It's flippin' phenomenal and insane how cute these bloody things are when she does the little skits with them. Oh my god, so cute. I
I will
know, just
definitely check it out. I think it's
watch it
kind
and
of
you'll see.
crazy.
You'll see what I mean, though. When you watch it, you're gonna be like, "Now I get what you mean." They're freaking adorable.
Okay.
Trust me.
I'll check out your Mini Robo Muppets.
Okay.
Since we're on the theme of crazy animal stories from
Yes.
the month of August,
Yes.
we're up at the trailer. I'm walking the dog. I don't know. I think it was like after
Okay.
dinner time. Mel was in the washroom. I think maybe she had had a shower. Nathaniel's in the trailer. I'm out walking the dog. And my dog goes crazy for golf carts if golf carts go by me.
Okay.
Mel's calling me. I'm trying to hold the dog. I'm trying to pick up poop, and a golf cart is going by. And she's like, "Oh my God, you need to get back here now. There's a snake in the trailer."
What?
And
Like,
I'm like,
actually in the
"What?"
trailer?
I said, "Okay, I gotta hang up because I'm pooping and golf
Yeah,
cart and dog crazy town." I wasn't pooping, picking
the
up.
dog was.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So
We'll go with that. Yeah.
I get back there and Mel was convinced that she saw a snake. She saw a snake. I shouldn't say she was convinced she saw a snake. She saw a snake
Mhm.
and she was screaming and she screamed for Nathaniel to get something and I believe he came down the hall with kitchen tongs but also his phone in his hand.
Stop. With actual
Yeah,
kitchen tongs.
kitchen tongs and I think he had his phone in his hand. And after everything kind of settled down, I'm watching the video, it's all blurry of him kinda walking into the bathroom to see what he can see, if he can see the snake, and
Shit.
all I can hear in the video is Mel screaming, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Wait, did
I
you record this?
it Nathaniel has it recorded on his
Okay,
phone.
we might have to post
I
that.
that would
That
be I feel like I would be up for divorce for that. That might be even worse than cutting my hair off. I'm
get
just
her
saying.
permission. Get her
Okay, I'll
permission.
see if I can get her permission, but
Oh my god, that was the okay, so now was it a
so I
snake or
come
was there
so
a
I come in
tampon
the
on the
trailer and
floor?
all this had just
Yeah.
transpired, and then she's like, get something," and I'm like, "I've got my hands." Like, it's a little gardener snake or whatever, like, I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
it's not a pit viper. We're not in Colombia or Brazil or some other
Africa, yeah,
southern country, you
yeah.
know? Anyways, we never did find it, but it did lead to a couple of very entertaining hours. Yeah.
I have to say that's pretty funny, and usually Mel is very, I like, calm and stuff with that, well, no, okay, because remember well, hold on a second. I remember when you guys first moved into your house that you're
Yeah.
in now,
Yeah.
and you had a mouse issue,
Yes.
right? and you had woken up from a nap on the sofa and you had like a little baby mouse on you, and Mel just like came over and she picked it up and she like just kind of like popped its head or something and did something and killed it, and it was very calm. Like this is what Mel was saying. You don't remember?
I do remember I was laying on the sofa watching
Yeah.
TV,
Yeah.
and I felt a tickle on my hand, and I moved my hand, and the mouse drops to the ground and scurries across the floor.
Hmm.
I don't believe she did anything to that mouse, but we did find one at one point, and she had a broom in her hand, and she, like,
No, she
hit it with
told.
a broom and, like,
Oh,
held it down, and it was wiggling, and she was holding
stop
the
it.
broom
I don't want to hear about
down,
it. I don't want to hear about it. No.
and she was, like, crying. She felt so badly about this poor little
Yeah,
mouse, yeah.
I would
She
too.
was
Yeah,
upset
that's
about
why.
it, yeah.
Okay. So she did mention to me at one point that she had like broken its neck or something, just like kind of like popped its head. And I was just
With
like,
her
oh my God.
hand? Like, she just
Yeah.
went in there and okay,
Unless she was feeding me a story,
that is
a possibility. Because
the her feeding you a story is a total
yeah,
possibility. Her snapping the neck of a mouse with her
yeah,
bare hands
yeah.
is total fucking bullshit. That's gotta
Okay,
be
so
bullshit.
she was pulling one over on me then. That's what it was. And and that was so many years ago.
Oh, she does that shit to you all the time, though, just to get your goat. Come on
But
now.
it's been 20 years and I've still thought that Mel was like this
Well,
hulk of
I'll
a,
ask
just
her.
pop up
I
the head
would
of a.
bet a lot of money that that never happened because I would
Okay.
remember that, and
Okay.
I cannot see her doing that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
100% no.
Okay. All right, Silo.
Do you have any other mouse, rodent,
No,
animal stories from the
no, I
month of
don't. But
August?
no, I don't. I really, really, really want to hear about your vacation with Nathaniel and if you arranged a Mormon marriage for him while you were down in Salt Lake City.
It's so funny that you say that
Mhm. Oh
because
no.
no,
You
I
fell
did
in love
not
with
do it.
somebody? Why?
There's, in Salt Lake City, there's a Mormon
Mhm.
temple, which is unbelievable to see, like, the pictures of it, I'm like, "We have to walk and see this."
Mhm.
So we did, and literally the whole thing is covered in scaffolding. It's under
Oh.
construction. So
Oh,
that part kinda
that's sad.
sucked, but,
That's too bad.
um, the Utah trip was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I would say if you don't have those national parks like Zion or Bryce Canyon on your bucket list of things to see,
Mhm.
you need to put them on your list because it was
Mhm.
just unbelievable.
Mhm.
Now I've been to Sedona, I've been to,
Mhm.
like, Vegas and the Grand Canyon
Mhm.
and, like, Colorado,
Mhm.
and it's just breathtaking to me, and I don't know if part of it is, like, if you're from that part of the country or BC,
Mhm.
out that way
Yeah.
with the mountains and stuff,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just so amazing to see when
Beautiful.
you're from, Ontario.
Toronto,
Yeah,
Ontario. Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, so that part was really, really cool, and then the Red Rock, the Red Stone, the
Mhm.
Zion
Mhm.
Park, like,
Mhm.
unbelievable. It was
Mhm.
so awesome. And, yeah, he got to pick our rental car,
Yeah.
so we were driving around in a very sporty
Mhm.
bright blue Mustang. It was
Amazing.
so the opposite of me, but he friggin' loved that car.
Oh,
Every
of
time I got
course.
out of the car, he was grabbing my water bottle, reaching over and hitting the gas pedal to rev it just to hear it.
Seriously?
He was like, "Go, let me sit in the driver's seat. You go outside, and I'm gonna hit the gas. You have to film the revving so I can hear the sound."
Oh, wow.
He was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, rule for the trip, mama, every time we go through a tunnel or under a bridge, you gotta hit that gas. We gotta hear that noise." I'm like so, like, half of my trip was really just
Revving the car?
revving car and wasting gas, but it was a fun drive for sure.
That's good. That's
Um,
good.
I don't think there's a need to go to Salt Lake City.
Okay, why? Because that is actually on my bucket list. Why? Why do you say
Well,
that?
I mean, it was interesting to walk around. Don't go in
Mhm.
August because it felt like we were walking around in an oven.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not like it's kind of spread out. So, like, get a rental car even for Salt Lake. It's not like in Toronto where you can be like, "Oh, let's take
Hop in a
yeah,
taxi
take
or
the
a cab, yeah.
transit over to, like, Queen West and walk around and see the
Mhm.
shops," or
Mhm.
or anything like that.
Mhm.
The state capital is there, which was cool. We walked up and saw that. We saw the temple. We were thinking we might go to Salt Lake, where you can
Mhm.
go and have a little float because it's got a really high percentage of salt in it,
Mhm.
salt more than
That's like the
more
Dead
than the ocean
Sea.
or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so that was cool, but it's the southern part of the state that blew my mind,
Yeah,
to be honest. Like, we
yeah.
did a whole bunch of day city things, like planetarium, aquarium, we walked around,
Hmm.
hit up Target for some snacks, you know what I'm
Yeah, for
saying?
sure.
But
Did you climb a mountain or rappel down a mountain or whatever the shit that was gonna be?
he wanted to do the rappelling.
Mhm.
We didn't end up doing rappelling. We did
Why?
some hikes
Okay.
just because it went like, we were 3 days in Zion National Park, basically, just
Mhm,
outside in a
mhm,
town called Springdale,
mhm,
and it's basically a kilometer or so, or maybe a mile, I don't know,
mhm,
just outside the park entrance.
mhm,
The park is about from I guess we were at the west entrance, and then there's, like, an east entrance. It's about a 40-minute drive
hmm,
from like, through the park,
mhm.
and they had some trails and stuff, which we did a bit of, walking. It was just incredibly hot to do that. Um,
Yeah.
so we did a little bit of that, and then he did, we did an off-road Jeep tour.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes,
Okay.
it
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
cool. It was a little
yeah.
bit like, it was very tippy.
Oh, we're okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I was,
yeah.
like, hanging on for dear life. He was,
Who was
like,
driving?
the driver guy.
Oh,
The driver
shit.
guy. I think
Okay,
I took a video of that. So it was fun,
okay.
but we went up
Mm.
Mount Carmel or
Mhm,
Carmel
mhm,
and saw the sunset, which was really, quite nice, but we had booked it for the previous night, and we get there and it's raining,
mhm,
and the lady's like, "Sometimes it clears up," and I'm like, "We have, like, half an hour or so, like, I don't see
mhm,
this clearing up." She goes, "Well, we'll reschedule you." And I said, "Okay, is tomorrow?" "Yeah, tomorrow." Okay. So they called it was canceled. And then as we're kind of gonna leave this, so this was past the east entrance of the park, I'm getting all of these notifications on my phone saying, "Flood zone, only travel if you're"
What?
yeah, severe, flash floods, "only travel if you're fleeing a flood zone,"
What
blah,
the
blah, 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 blah.
shit?
Yeah, so so we're at this other
Yeah,
resort
yeah,
an hour or so away from our hotel,
yeah.
and the only way to get to our hotel is to go through the park, which is
The flood zone.
yeah. Um, so I was a little bit worried about driving back, but one of the ladies I talked to, she was like, "Use your common sense. It is beautiful to drive back through Zion when it's
Mhm.
raining or just after because there's a whole bunch of little waterfalls where it was previously dry."
Oh. Right.
So we did do that, and it
Mhm,
was pretty cool.
mhm,
And then there's this Outlook trail, which we did probably 3/4 of, maybe half of, that he
mhm.
went back and did the full thing the next day.
Oh, wow.
Um, so yeah, we did that, and then I think a highlight for me was definitely the helicopter.
Okay, so CeeLo, I have to tell you, I have wanted to do a helicopter ride for I can't tell you how long. I've
Mhm.
never done it. So let me live through you. Tell me what this was all about. Like, tell me how, like, what was it like?
It was kind of like being in a live like in a video game almost because
Mm,
it was the pilot, me, and Nathaniel,
okay.
and then there was a family of 4 in the back seat behind us.
Mhm.
And they take you through a little safety video and all that, and then you go they weigh you.
What?
Yeah, they weigh you
Mm.
before you get on. You have to submit when you do I
So I'm not
signed
going.
I signed, like
Do they tell everybody what your weight is?
no, they
Are
don't
they
even say
like
anything to you, they just jot it
250
down on the paper.
pounds? Okay.
I think I signed, like, 6 waivers while I was there. I don't even
Oh my
remember what they were
god.
all for, but
Okay.
helicopter was one of them.
Mhm.
So you have to submit everything, you submit your weight, but then when you get there, they actually weigh you.
Oh, fuck. In public? In front of
No, it
people?
was just, like, there by the counter, she looked at the number, I did not, and that was
Okay,
that.
okay.
And they still let me on, so cool. Uh,
Okay, that's
um, it was really cool, like, this guy is just a young guy, and he's talking a bit about what the experience is gonna be like, and,
mhm.
talked us through what we were seeing, so we went up and we pivoted. He's, just looking around for airplanes, pivoted around, and then we just went off towards the mountains and the rocks, and we did, I think it was a 30-minute, 55-mile tour or whatever.
Wow, that
Yeah.
probably cost you $10,000, but yeah,
Yeah, it was one of the
yeah,
pricier things for sure,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's one of those things, like, if you were, I would say, like, those Grand Canyon ones or
yeah, yeah.
anything like that where you have those views, definitely
Mhm.
worth the bucks for sure.
Okay, that's interesting to know. I wanna do that one of these days. It's on my bucket list to do as well. One of these days, I'm gonna do it.
You have to do it, yeah, it
Mhm,
was
I will,
pretty cool.
I
It was
will.
pretty cool, and the Jeep tour was cool. It was
Yeah.
overall a really great, it was active and, 14-year-old boy, like, we were going all the time, but, it
So
was
did
really.
he appreciate the trip versus his, "Can't I just have the money?"
Oh,
Instead of going
100%, yes.
Yeah, right? Yeah, yeah,
When we left Salt Lake, we
yeah.
drove to Olympic Park, which is
Mhm,
in Park City, which is where the
mhm.
Sundance Film Festival is.
Oh, okay, okay.
And at Olympic Park, they had, like, it's from the Salt Lake Olympics, right? They have all
Mhm,
of the ski hills and everything.
mhm,
They
mhm,
had, like, tubes you could ride down, they had zip lines,
mhm.
but they had bobsled, another waiver I had to
Wow.
sign. I was
Wow.
not doing it, but you get in a bobsled with a professional driver.
Oh my fuck. Did
Yeah,
he do
he
this?
did it, and there's a
What
sign, he
the
took a picture of
shit?
the sign, like, "May cause injury or death." I'm like, "Awesome, sure, sign it away." Um, they
The
hit, like,
shit.
70 miles an hour, I think, and, like, 4 Gs in the corner, and
Oh my god. Did he
even
vomit?
after we had done the helicopter ride, I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
what was the best
Mm.
like, number 1 thing?" And he was like, "Bobsled." He
Really?
has a need for speed, that boy.
Oh my god. And he didn't, so, CeeLo, you didn't feel a little kind of, like, nervous about signing that waiver and letting your kid go on that like, just
I
like
do, I
I would just
absolutely
I don't know if I could do it.
I
I
do.
think my kid would hate me forever because 'cause I'd be like, "Yeah, no." I don't know.
I know, it is a little bit worrisome, but it's
Mhm.
also for them to have those, like,
That experience.
experiences. I
And you know
mean,
what?
you know,
He's
he
gonna remember it forever, right?
he's totally
Because
gonna remember. I'm gonna remember it forever. I was, like, taking videos. There he goes. That's all I got. But
that's fucking crazy.
yeah,
That's nuts. Okay. Well, it
yeah,
sounds like it was a fantastic trip.
it was. I had a lot of fun with him. I
Good.
don't get a lot of alone time with him, so it was nice to have that
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
special trip.
That's good, that's good. So, I had someone ask me because I know that we talked about, when Isabella graduated and she was taken on a trip, to Las Vegas, right?
Yes?
Should I have not said her name? Sorry.
No, I'm laughing because my dog is on my shoulder.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, because 'cause you're looking at me, I'm like, "Oh, shit. I thought we said her name, but in the past." Hi,
Mm,
Ginge.
fine.
So, Mel took is on her trip to Vegas. You took
Yes.
Nathaniel on his trip to, Utah.
Yes.
And so how did you guys like, why did Mel take Iz and you take
I know.
Nathaniel?
I
Why
had a
didn't both
couple
of
of
you guys
people
go at the
ask,
same time?
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
just
"What the
curious.
fuck, a grade 8 grad trip?" I'm like, "I know."
Oh, well, no, no, no. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, like, how did you,
Decide that.
decide that it was gonna be Mel with Iz, you with Nathaniel? Why didn't the 2 of you go together? Like,
Yeah,
what was your
especially with
reason?
Is being up at camp all summer, the 3 of us could have gone. Mel was crazy jealous. Like, she must have said it 100 times that she was, like,
Yeah,
so jealous about not being able to go, but when Iz was graduating grade 8, a friend of hers on her basketball team, her and her mom were gonna go down to Phoenix to see the WNBA game,
right.
and she had said, "Do you guys wanna come?" And Iz was like, "Oh, that would be awesome," and Mel's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm in." And
Mhm.
so I think it was like Buddy still had
Started
stuff going on. I'm like, "You go
okay.
with her because you don't
Mhm,
spend as much time." I usually do basketball, she usually does hockey, it just works
mhm,
out
mhm.
that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "You go with her, you guys will have fun, it'll be a blast, and we'll, grade 8 grad trip, done."
Mhm,
And so
mhm.
they kinda made a week of it and did a bunch of different things, and then Nathaniel's like, "So when I graduate grade 8, I get to pick somewhere." I'm like, "Sure thing." And then
Yeah,
that
and
was
then it
that.
happened.
Yeah,
Okay, got it. Okay, I just wanted to know.
yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, good times. It was a
Good,
lot of fun, for sure.
good, good.
Mhm.
All right, any other August, vacation stories for us?
Um, I I wanted to talk a little bit, it feels so outdated now, but I had jotted down the Olympics.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you were watching them during the
I
month of August?
fucking love the Olympics.
Yeah, me too.
I would watch
Me
them
too.
all the time. I am
Me
so
too.
amazed at these athletes, these kids, like, a lot
I
of them
know.
are so young, and
I
I
know.
just you find all of a sudden, "Oh, the Olympics is on, I'm not watching anything else." Girl
Mhm.
will walk in and she's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, horse jumping. It's the Olympics." And she's like, "Since when do you watch horse jumping?" I'm like, "Since when do I watch any of these things?" I
Yeah,
don't, but it's the
yeah,
Olympics.
I know. It's funny that you say that because both Dave and I are not sports people, right? Like we are indoor people, and Dave doesn't even watch sports on TV. Like he's just,
Yeah,
why that's why I love him so much. But when the Olympics were on, CeeLo, we started to get into it too. It was like it's kind of like how could you not? It's so because it's a competition. You're watching the competition. Like you're sitting on the edge of your seat because you can see the stress and everybody's just
yeah.
like focused on and the diving and the
Oh, yeah, the
gymnastics and
diving.
oh my
Love
god, it was
diving.
insane. So every time we sat down, together, it was like, "Oh, let's see if there's something on," and we would throw it to the
Yeah.
Olympics and oh, we same as you. It's
It
amazing.
it was almost it was awesome too that, like, with the time difference between here and Paris, it was like you
Yeah,
finished dinner and literally got that prime time update of all the key
yeah,
things that happened.
yeah.
I loved
Did you
it.
watch the opening ceremonies?
I did not.
Oh, fuck, CeeLo, they did such an amazing job.
I saw clips of it
Yeah,
after the fact,
yeah.
sadly, but
They did a phenomenal job in the opening ceremonies. They must have spent I can't even guess how much money, on that ceremony, and the talent and just, the creativity of it. It was phenomenal. They did a great job. I
yeah,
have to say, Paris did a really great job hosting it.
yeah,
Really great job. Yeah.
yeah, the clips that I saw definitely,
Yeah.
um, looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel so proud to be
I
Canadian and
know.
to cheer on
I know.
our athletes.
I know. I know.
Um, One thing that I did enjoy watching and have enjoyed watching in the past is rugby, the women's rugby,
Yeah.
because of the fucking crazy strength of these women. It just blows my mind. And it's just a
Yeah.
cool sport to watch.
Yeah.
But one of the players on the Canadian team, her name is Olivia Apps,
Okay.
and she was completely bald.
Oh,
And
like bald because
bald.
she shaves her head or bald because she
Well,
has
at first I was like, oh, she just shaved her head, right? Rugby, hello.
yeah, yeah.
And then I thought, "No, no, that looks like something else," and somebody had said to me, "Does she have cancer? Did she go through cancer treatment or something?" And I'm like, "I
Oh,
can't imagine going through cancer treatment and then
and
being in
doing
the Olympics." So I
yeah, yeah.
had to Google her.
And?
Alopecia.
Yeah.
And we've talked
Yeah.
before about, hair thinning
Yes.
and alopecia a little bit, and, I saw when I Googled her,
Mm.
what she shared about it was that, "I lost my hair at a young age, and that was probably actually a great time for me. I quickly understood what it meant to be comfortable in my own skin."
Ooh,
And I'm
that's
like, "Oh,
strength there and
yeah,
confidence for
yeah,
yeah. Mm.
amazing." So, yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
just you just get inspiration from different people in different ways, but
Yeah. Yeah.
thought
Good
it was
for her.
pretty
I'm gonna
cool.
actually have to look her up. I wanna read her story because, well, I suffer from hair loss, right?
Yeah,
And, like, well, thinning hair, and, it's progressively, progressively gets worse as I get older for
yeah,
some reason.
yeah,
Yeah, and, I'm always, like, on the hunt for some new whatever that might help it or some new thickening shampoo or whatever,
yeah,
and I'm always interested in hearing other women's stories about, how they overcome it, and so, yeah, that I'm glad that you shared that. I'm gonna
yeah,
have to look her up.
comfortable in her own skin, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
and why is it
yeah.
that it thins on your head but
I
grows
don't
on
know.
your chin?
Right,
I don't know
like,
why.
I'm starting to get, like, some peach fuzz happening here, you know?
You have to get a
Um,
flawless.
what's a flawless?
Girl,
What is a
one
flawless?
of the girls at work told me about it. It's like it looks like a lipstick. It's like a
Okay,
that thing.
okay.
It's got a circular shaver on it.
Thing?
It's run by
Okay,
battery, and you
okay.
just zzz, 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 done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to purchase one of
Amazon, flawless.
flawless,
Get
okay,
after it.
I'm marking it down.
Changed
I'm
my
mark
life. Well, it changed
Yeah,
my peach fuzz, actually.
yeah, and
My
it's
little
like
peach
it's
fuzz here.
yeah, like, I don't have the dark, like, Italian thing setting in with the women yet, knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't,
Knocking on all the wood.
yeah, but the peach fuzz is starting. I can see the peach fuzz kinda starting kinda down here or whatever,
Yeah,
and the back of my hair, like, the back here
yeah,
is thick, 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 thick,
and on
right?
top is thin, thin. Yeah,
You know?
story of my life.
It's like,
Have
"What
you
the
seen
fuck?"
those people who put, like, powder on and then, like, use that dry shaver thing to, like, shave all the fuzz off their
No.
face?
Oh, no, but are you talking about,
Micro
yeah, yeah. No, I
something?
I don't know about the
I don't
powder,
know.
but that is like a treatment that you can actually get that is actually really good for your face because it really exfoliates it as well. So
I don't know
people
about that.
well, no, it's a thing. It's a thing for sure. So women get it done, and we are completely digressing from our August vacation.
I know.
However, that's okay. Women get it done at the spas for the exfoliation of it because it makes your skin like really glow. Yeah, yeah. I know a few people who've had it done and they love it and their skin looks fantastic when it's done. Honestly, CeeLo.
I keep seeing that on the
Yeah.
reels and that
Yeah.
and also,
The
men
vampire
going
facials.
to Turkey for hair transplants. Why do I get those on my reels? I don't understand.
What? Men going to Turkey for hair
Yeah,
transplants?
yeah.
Why?
I don't
Why
know. I
Turkey?
keep
Must be cheaper.
Must be cheaper. I keep getting those videos on my Instagram. I don't know why. I think because 'cause I'm like, I'm curious to see the process of what they're
Yeah.
doing. So you watch one and then your analytics are fucked. You're seeing that video 100 times.
Yes, it's true. It,
Yeah.
it is true that you're right on that one. I have to tell you, since we're talking about non-vacation things, so there, Lumi. Have you heard Lumi? It's a commercial. It's on TV now.
Oh, for
She
the
was all over.
garbage?
What?
Is it a green bin?
No,
Oh.
it's a deodorant. But
Oh,
uh-huh,
the full body
okay.
deodorant. There's
Yeah.
some oh, and I need to look that shit up now.
Yeah, you need to have a drink of something right there. Okay, so it was okay, so Lumi, so it's like this all body deodorant, right? So I see these commercials and every time I see them I'm like, "Okay, I don't understand how your chuchka and ass crack need to smell bad enough that you need a deodorant, right? Because like if you're washing them daily,
I
they're usually fine,
yeah,
I'd
I
say.
I would say they're fine. I
So,
I don't understand the full body deodorant
okay,
thing
okay.
that's
I
going on.
I don't understand it either.
No.
Okay, so I can you hear my cat in the background?
Again?
Sweetheart. Um
Yes.
I bought it.
Why?
I don't know. I was like, I want to try it. I want to see what this is. Now hold on. So I bought it and it got delivered. And now I'm fucking afraid to use it. I haven't even used it yet. Cause I'm like,
Well, why don't you just use it on your pits and see how
that's
that
what I'm gonna
goes?
try. I'll try on my pits first. I mean, I keep forgetting to try it. After my shower today, I didn't bother. I forgot about it. But I'll try it on my pits first. I just don't know if I want to put it near my hoo-ha. I just
Don't put anything near your hoo-ha except for cotton loose-fitting underwear.
well, okay, but the thing is, this is I don't know. Maybe I should just test it. Test it and then what I'll do is I'll use it and then I'll get Dave to help identify if there's a difference
Wow.
or not.
That's what you call a sniff test, you know what I'm
Oh
saying? Okay, and just so
my
you
god.
know, I'm not crazy. The
Yeah.
organic garbage bin that basically is like a little mini composter on your counter to replace your green bin is called
Yeah.
Loamy.
Oh,
So I'm
okay,
I'm
okay,
not too cray.
okay. No, yeah, here,
A
I
little
thought
bit
you were a
cray,
little cray.
not too cray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, fair enough.
Um, the other thing I should mention, because we were talking about rugby.
Mhm.
was my niece, the gymnast,
Mhm.
had started
Who's
playing rugby.
beautiful,
I
by the
know,
way.
she's gorge.
Such a stunner. Yep.
Had started, playing rugby at school and then wanted to play rep rugby, and I was like, "I need to come and
Mhm.
see one of her games." So before, at some point in August, I made it out there to see one of her games.
Mhm.
Oh my god, she's a bad bitch.
Is
She's
she?
so tough, she's so strong. It was just really cool to watch her.
That's
I love
nice.
watching the kids play their sports. I just
That's nice.
yeah, so that was
That's
one
really
that
nice.
was another highlight, I would say. How about
That's
you? We
really
haven't
nice.
done any of your highlights yet.
Oh my gosh, I had a really nice August, I have to say. I
Yeah?
had a lot of fun. I, um, I went to okay, so, a couple of my cousins, invited us to Dave and I to see a concert. So we went to the York University venue or whatever. I think they play tennis in this particular area, and they had like it was called Boomstock. And so when they said, "Oh, do you guys want to join us?" I was like, "Oh, sure." Both Dave and I were like, "Sure, whatever. It's a night out." I didn't really, other than UB40, I didn't really. Oh, UB40 and Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Okay.
Okay, so I've heard of Bachman Turner Overdrive,
Yeah.
um, and I know UB40, right? But I didn't think I knew the rest of the bands. Like the one was called The Box and the other one was called Sweet, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. Anyways, we go there. Oh, CeeLo. Okay, first of
Oh,
all,
good?
we know The Box. We know The Box. They're an 80s band. I didn't realize who they were. They
I'm
were an
like, they
80s
sound
band.
familiar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I actually did little recording snippets of each of the bands with the popular songs, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to our creative director and see if she can
Okay.
post some of those.
Yes.
I'll talk to her and see what she because it was just so much fun. So the box, I recognized a lot of the songs there. Sweet, I did not. They were like a hard rock band, but
Mm.
I didn't recognize them at all. And then UB40 was
Yeah.
on. UB40, you know, they sound like every song is the exact same song. Like they're just
Seriously? I never noticed that in the
oh,
80s.
yeah. It's like at one after the other, and it's like, okay, so, um, is that a new song or is it So that was UB40. And then Bachman Turner Overdrive, they actually put on a really, really, really good show. So I recognized quite a few of their songs. But then they did a medley of a whole bunch of other old songs that weren't
Oh,
necessarily
that's
theirs.
good.
But the one of the
I'm
the
like, "Wait a minute.
sons.
Isn't
Mhm.
UB40, red, red wine, you make me
Yeah.
feel so
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
me a
Yeah.
rockin'
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of the time." Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was great. That was
Yep.
actually a lot of fun. And then I did a shit ton of yard sailing this summer, especially in August too. So like honestly, every Saturday I was out there at these yard sales, these estate sales. Oh my God, did I ever have fun? Dave was worried that I'd come home with another bloody fucking clock
I
because
was
I
gonna
have a
say, did you
I
come home
know.
with another concrete chicken, though?
No, I did not come home
Okay.
with another concrete chicken. I did almost come home with another clock, and I did stop myself,
Okay,
but
good. You
I
have
do love my
enough.
clocks. But I got some really beautiful oil paintings and, like I really lucked out. So it was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we did yard sailing. And then I posted some pictures on our Instagram about some of the things that I had seen on my adventure. So you know that Dave and I did the Guess Where tour, the
Yeah,
trip,
yeah.
right? So we did one of them, which was I think like Small Town Charm. I think it was called something like that,
Yes.
and that ended up bringing us over to like the Stratford area.
Yes.
And that was just such an amazing trip. We absolutely loved that. So I posted some picture highlights on Instagram of that one. But then we did another one. You know which one we did?
What?
Okay. So Mel, your wife, when she heard our episode, I can't remember which one it was, where I actually talked about that guess where trip that we had
Yes.
done, she called me and she said, "You know what?" She said, "I bought one of those last year."
I
Or she
think
bought
she
it during COVID or
during the
something like that.
yeah.
During COVID. And
Something
she
to
said, "I
do.
thought maybe CeeLo and I would go and do it." She goes, "We never got around to doing it. Now we're too busy."
Mhm.
She goes, "I'm gonna give it to you and Dave." And I'm like, "Oh, Mel, are you serious?" She goes, "Yeah." So she gave us the trip that she was gonna take you on, but I went instead. Yeah. So
Fine.
this one, I know,
Whatever.
this one was called Weird and Wonderful, and I will post
Like me.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
like
look, there's
you.
another
Sorry,
clock
there goes my clock.
dinging in the
I know.
background.
Shut up. I love my clocks. And anyway, so this one was called Weird and Wonderful.
Yeah.
And so it was really pretty. Like it brought us to the Gravenhurst, Muskoka area.
Yes.
And I think there was like a one of the inns that it brought us to was like haunted, and then it brought us to a coffee shop. And that was all kind of nice. I was saying to Dave, I think I like the first trip better. But then it brought us to a place called Screaming Heads. CeeLo, I was ready to call your wife and say, "What the fuck? Where the fuck did you send us? What the fuck is this kind of trip?" It was the creepiest motherfucking place I have ever been to in my entire life.
Where was it?
Okay, so I'll have to get that information exactly where it was. I have pictures of it. It was in the Gravenhurst-ish area, all
Okay.
in that Muskoka Gravenhurst area. I will get the link of this place. Okay, so he is a well-known artist. You're Googling it right now.
I sure
I
am.
I've got pics. I'll post the
Ah.
pics. But listen, let me tell you what actually, kind of went down when we were there. So you get there, okay? You get there, and
It's
it's
a little
called
creepy
Screaming Heads.
looking.
It is the creepiest motherfucking thing I have ever experienced in my entire life. Okay, so you get there and you park your car, and there's like, not at this point in time, there was nobody around.
Yeah.
I think we had found out afterwards that they have little stalls that they sell, organic produce that they grow and little tchotchkes that they make and that kind of stuff in these like tiny little wooden huts that they have.
Yeah.
But that day that Dave and I went, it happened to be, I think it was a Monday actually. So it was pretty dead and they didn't have those stalls open. So when we first get there, what you see are all these gigantic concrete creepy heads, right? Like
Yes.
ghostly creepy heads coming out of the grass or coming out of, whatever. And you're kind of like, what the fuck is this? So we get out of the car and there's this guy who's kind of like lying over in the grass and he kind of pops his head up and he's like, "Oh, hey." Like he like a total hippie. "Oh, hey. Have you been here before?" And we're like, "No." He's like, "Okay, start over there. Just work your way around. It'll bring you right back to the front here." And we're like, "Okay." So we start walking and we're looking at this thing. Now, have you ever seen, I think it was called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think. It was with Brad Pitt. It was about
It
and
sounds familiar, but I wouldn't be able to say, like,
okay.
what it was.
There's a scene in this movie where Brad Pitt goes to this town and Charles Manson is living in this tiny little, like, it's not even a town. It's like a little, let's say, lot. Okay.
Okay.
And on the lot are like some mobile homes
Yeah.
and stuff and some wooden kind of huts, if you will. And Charles Manson is there. Anyways, it's creepy as fuck. So we're starting to walk towards, where the guy had said to go. And Dave turns to me and he's like, "Oh my God, this is like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Dave. Like you've gotta, yeah, okay, so it starts off that way. Anyways, then we get into so now it's a hike, okay? So you have to go it's actually hiking and you're going through the forest and it is acres and acres and acres of this concrete art and they're all various heads, if you will. So we get to the first clearing and it was what is the fucking what is that thing in the United Kingdom? It's I think it's the UK. It's those
Okay.
Stonehenge. Okay, so it kind
I
of
feel like we're doing charades or something right now. 2 words, UK, Stonehenge,
okay.
Stonehenge,
So
talking,
I know, right? This is what happens when you go to get old. Okay,
100%.
so it kind of looked like that, but with heads. Okay, like
Yes.
actual like big concrete heads. And in the middle of this circle of all these fucking concrete heads that had these creepy things on rocks that these heads were attached to, these creepy words like like save me or whatever it was, right? Yeah. In the middle they have all these rocks piled up really high and then coming out of the middle of the rocks is this giant thing of actual wood that looks like when you see when they used to burn the witches at the stake.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. They're all piled, the wood is all piled like
Eh.
that at the very top. And throughout the forest, you have metal containers that have these cutouts of heads, and they're all filled with wood. So, anyways, Dave and I are like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And like, why? Like, what are they going to do with this? Like, it looks like they're going to be burning this, right?
Yeah.
But what? And then we look over to the side, and there's a fucking altar, an altar with some kind of animal.
That is
No,
super
yeah,
creepy.
like animal freaking like antler shit coming. Oh, listen. So we took some pictures. So I'll definitely post them. But this place was the creepiest fucking thing I have ever fucking been to. And we ended up going through the whole thing. And at one point, Dave had we didn't know which way to go because you're in a forest and you're kind of following semi pathways, but you're not really,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think it's all this guy's property. So eventually you'll end up
Plus
making it
you
out.
you were already a self-admitted indoor girl.
Yes, yes, but I do go on hikes occasionally.
Yeah, yeah.
When you know what I mean? But, so at one point, we didn't know if we should go left or if we should go right. So Dave says, "Stay here. I'm gonna go down this path just a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I can see anything." So he starts to go, and then he turns back. He's like, "No, I think it's the other way." So he starts to walk the other way, and then I just said to myself, "Okay, this is how this happens in horror movies, right?" He is now over there. He can if he turns around, he can still see me, but he's far enough away that he can't reach me if somebody grabs me right now. And what's going to happen is somebody's going to grab me and throw me into the woods. And Dave's going to turn around and I'm going to be gone and disappeared and I'll be gone forever.
Uh,
Right. Like this is
yes,
the shit that's going through my head.
but
It was,
it would be like a giant jumping spider instead of a mini one that would capture you and your sweet smelling vagina because you're using your new
so
deodorant.
mini.
Yeah? It's a
Honestly.
spider attracted to sweet smelling vaginas that would grab you and steal you in the forest of the screaming heads. And
Oh, I
Dave would
blame
be
your
like,
fucking
"Oops,
wife.
sorry, you're too far away, man. I can't get you, sorry. It's been nice.
It's
Bye."
been nice. Thanks, honey. Well, so we end up making it to the area where this guy's actual house is, and there were like these creepy wooden homes like that were abandoned that were on this property as well, and these like weird looking tents, and we saw legs like somebody moving under one of these like tents.
Oh
So
my god, that would
I know,
be
honestly, it was the creepiest motherfucking thing. So anyways, we finally make it out to this one area and there's like chickens running wild and
scary.
they've got vegetables growing in the garden and this it's like a castle. So he's taken a home and he's created a castle out of this home. And but it's a creepy castle. It's not like a nice castle.
Yeah.
And so we're walking through his yard, I guess, and we come out these gates that are a metal gate made to look like spider webs, right? So we come out,
For the
and as
jumping
we come out,
spiders.
we hear a guy say, "Oh, you must have snuck by me." So I turned around and I was like, "Oh, hi," or whatever. Anyways, it turned out it was the actual artist himself, and that was his home. And
Oh,
we had taken the wrong turn and actually went on into his home, which he doesn't let people like we weren't inside of his house,
yeah,
but we were on his property where he does his
as
work, where he
opposed
has
to
his
where
chickens and his produce. Yeah. So anyways, we ended up talking to the guy. Very interesting man. There's a lot of interviews with him. He was actually on an episode of Cribs. His home was on an episode of Cribs. In the early days, he was, I think, a high school teacher, and he became some kind of activist or whatever. And these heads are these concrete heads are some kind of like declaration of what humans are doing to the earth and how we're destroying it and
Oh.
that kind of stuff. But anyways, so we asked him, what is up with all these fucking bonfire set wood things that you're like are
Yeah.
ready to, be set on fire? Like, what the shit are you guys doing rituals here? Like, what is this, right? Yeah, literally. And so he says, "Oh, no, no, no." He goes, on the fall harvest weekend, which I think was this past weekend,
Oh.
he said there's a company that holds a big rave and it's like thousands of people come to this forest and the tents like the tents that they had set up they were setting up to be like drink stations or food
Oh, I
stations.
see.
The wood was ready for bonfires and, whatever
Right,
else.
right, right.
The
That
the
makes sense
altar
now.
yeah, the altar was where the DJ was gonna go, and it's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Feels like a
It would have been
Halloween party, though.
Yeah, yeah, it would have been really nice to know that prior to going in,
So you
'cause
weren't
we
fearing for your life?
literally, we thought, like, "What the fucking shit is this place? Like, this is crazy." But also, I don't think I'd feel comfortable going to a rave at night in that fucking forest. It's a forest.
Yeah.
It's a forest. It's a fucking forest, and it's creepy as fucking shit. It's creepy, CeeLo. It's
Yeah,
creepy.
I don't blame you there. I don't know if I would wanna do that so much. Well, now that you
No.
have the explanation of why the altar and the bonfire spots were there,
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
different, but
Yeah.
I kind of feel you. Be kinda cool
Yeah.
to walk through something like that for Halloween, though.
Now that I know, yeah, it is. But it's funny because if you actually go onto YouTube and look at Screaming Heads, there's a few people that kind of record their walk through it, and they're like, this is just creepy. So it wasn't just us thinking that it was creepy,
Totally
but
creepy.
I'll post some pictures, okay, so that you can actually see
Yeah.
some of the highlights from that because it is a little creepy.
More
Um,
importantly, since you were
mhm,
in Gravenhurst, did this
yeah,
trip take you past a place called The Bakery at all?
no,
Oh, if I'd known you were in Gravenhurst, there's a
what
place
is
called The
this?
Bakery,
Okay,
has a yellow awning,
okay,
and they make apple fritters there the size of my
mm,
head.
really?
Yeah, you gotta go early, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that they sell out. I'm sure.
They
I'm
also
sure.
have all kinds of treats and pies and breads and everything,
Mm,
but apple
okay.
fritters the size of my head.
I can do an apple
Mm.
fritter the size of your
I
head.
know, so
That sounds good.
good. Yeah.
They are good, they are good.
Mhm.
So that trip was lots of fun. I think the next time we do one, we're gonna focus on an animal one. I think we're
Yes,
gonna
you
try that one
said you
next.
you liked that part of the last one that you did.
Yeah, yeah, I did for sure. So we're gonna try that one. But that was definitely interesting. So I'll thank Mel again because,
I will.
I feared for my life and I appreciated life, more once I came out of there. It
I
was
don't know
honestly, CeeLo,
why she picked that adventure or
I
even if she
think
did pick it, but, I mean, it was probably we were gonna do something with the kids during COVID, right?
Probably, and so there were beautiful waterfalls. It was more of an active one because you had to walk to places and to see the waterfalls, and you had to hike a little bit, and so it was a little bit more active. It was beautiful. It was far
Yeah,
enough of a drive that you could spend the entire day out. It
doing
was like an
something.
event. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
I can get what attracted her to it, but yeah. And then Dave and I
Yes.
went to the CNE.
Oh, did you?
Do you know how long it's been since I've been to the CNA? And you wanna know something, CeeLo? I did not know that Dave had never been.
David
Dave
never
had
been.
never fucking been to the CNE.
I haven't been since I was like, I think I went in my teens or early 20s at
Yeah,
some point, but my
yeah, yeah,
memories for sure of when we were
yeah,
little, we used to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
My
So
daughter was interested in going, and then she looked it up, and she's like, "What the fuck? I'm gonna spend all my money." She looked at how much it would cost to get in and do the
yes.
rides, and then she's like, "And food's gonna be a fortune."
Yeah,
Anyway,
it was very expensive. I mean, especially if you do the rides.
yeah,
She would spend just getting in alone and the rides well over $100. You know what I mean? So,
that's
yeah.
pretty steep.
Yeah, it's very, very steep. It was kind of the same as what it was like when we were young.
Yeah.
I made Dave try the Tiny Tom's donuts because
Um,
that's a staple there,
yeah.
the little mini donuts. The food building is not what it used to be, CeeLo. If you remember when we were younger, it's like you'd go through the food building and there would be so many
Yeah.
free samples. You could actually get
Samples.
fruit off the samples. None of that. None of that is there. None of that is there. But we did try their specialty this year, which was a deep fried pickle Oreo cookie.
That
Mm.
those 2 things separately
Separately or good?
are good. Together,
Interesting. Interesting. I'm going to say interesting. We made Dave, so I was with my cousin and her daughter. We were like, okay, we want Dave to try this because that looks gross. We want Dave to try this, try this because that
Dave's
looks
like,
gross.
"Sure, I'll take a bite."
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I can
right.
totally
So
see him doing that.
yeah, so Dave goes and he buys the deep fried. So what it was it was an Oreo cookie with a pickle on top, covered in batter, and then deep fried. Okay,
Like a thin pickle?
thin pickle. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like a pickle slice.
Okay.
Okay,
Dill?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he tried it, and we were waiting for the reaction of either, "Oh, this was really good," or, "Oh my god, I'm gonna barf." And he was like, "I just don't know." So I'm like,
I'm conflicted.
"Yeah." So I'm like, "Okay, let me take a bite." So I go and I take a bite. And then I understood. I was like, "I don't understand what I'm tasting here." So it was not gross, right? It was not gross.
Right.
It was not like you were like, "Oh my god, this is so fucking delicious." It was like, "Something's not right here. There's a delicious sweet taste and then this tangy,
My
like,
mouth is getting
sickly thing."
fooled.
Yeah, and it's like, but I don't really know what I'm experiencing here. Yeah, I couldn't really say CeeLo. They gave you, like, I don't know, 5 of them. Like, you could eat 1, and then that was about as far as it goes, you know what I mean? But, yeah, that was interesting. So we tried one of those, but,
I do like the dill pickles, but I don't know if I would try the 2. I'd have to try a bite,
yeah,
but I don't know if I would
yeah,
like the 2 of them together. But I get you.
yeah.
It would be like, "Wait a minute, there's 2 things I like in here, but they just don't seem to go together."
But the thing is, it wasn't gross enough to be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna barf or I have to spit this out." That was what was disturbing about it. It's like,
Yeah, almost like, "I can
"Do I like it?
tolerate
Do I
this."
not?" Yeah, yeah, it was strange, it was strange. And I actually tried Mexican corn for the first time.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
Did you like it? Do
Yeah.
you like it? Have you had it?
Yeah, I've had it before. Mel's made
I
it
was
before too.
Has she? I
Yeah.
wasn't a huge fan of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
I don't
wasn't a
I
hu
don't need a lot of the sauce stuff
No,
on
I
it.
think there was too much sauce.
It's too
Yes.
I don't like it too saucy. You gotta go
Yeah, I
light on
liked
that stuff,
the
but
spices were good
mhm.
and the green onions were really good on it.
Yeah.
I could have done without the sauce and just had, like, butter, right?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
but
'Cause it's
yeah,
kinda mayonnaise-y.
it is, and I didn't find that it complemented the corn all that well, but the
Mm,
spices
the
did and the
spices are
onions
good.
did and the butter did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So,
Ooh, butter
I
and
don't think I'd
corn.
buy it again. I would just get normal butter.
I do like buttered corn.
Me too. And we ate a lot of corn on the cob.
Yeah, good, good.
Yeah, because, it was in season and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was it. I think, backyard swimming,
Yes.
spent some time by the pool,
Shark-free
shark-free,
shark-free
alligator.
swimming.
Yeah, alligator in the pool. I did post a picture of that on Instagram, or I did it in the stories, I think, in Instagram.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there was a picture of the alligator. But yeah, no, it was nice. It was a really nice summer. It was great.
Oh, that's lovely. I would
Yeah.
be in trouble if I didn't mention the fact that, yes, the fucking poker table did get used again.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Mel sent me a picture.
Oh, did you?
Right, she did.
Now she's
She
like,
did.
"Throw it in my face. See? We're used."
Yeah,
So we've used it twice.
that's good. That's good.
Yes, we had
And
a
and
few
do is it
friends
worth the
over.
purchase? Does it make a difference?
It was fun because we have, like, a dining table that seats 6 on our
Mhm,
deck,
mhm.
and this kind of extends it out. So we had a poker game with 8, 9 of us sitting around, and it's the green felt, so the cards pick
Yeah,
up easy and it feels like
yeah,
legit poker, so it
yeah.
was fun.
That's
Don't
good.
tell Mel I said that, though.
I won't, but she'll probably listen to this, and then she won't let you live it down.
I
But
know.
sure, no problem.
I have to lug it in and out of the shed, though, which is like a friggin'
Mm.
Tetris game of shit in there, so that part's not fun.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was good times, man.
It was a good summer. So we've got some interesting things, coming up for their next, few episodes, so that'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
And, now that we're on YouTube, that's gonna be well, visually on YouTube, I should say,
Yes. Assuming
camera-wise.
I can figure all that shit out.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
that
can
takes
find
time
us
too.
on YouTube for sure, and
Oh, yeah.
everywhere you get your podcasts.
That was great, CeeLo. And that's CeeLo from CNN.
CeeLo's News Network.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh, by the way, they got rid of the OWN network, Oprah's own
Oh,
network
really?
on. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm gonna have to investigate that one, but yeah, it's
Oh,
it's no longer
interesting.
available. Yeah,
I don't think I ever watched anything on it.
I did. She had reruns of her show, so
You
I would
watch
watch
reruns of Oprah?
every once in a while, not like religiously, but every once in a while.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, in honor of your Utah trip,
Yeah.
I insist that you start watching Sister Wives.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I
Okay.
have seen a couple of those shows.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right, CeeLo.
Sad. Mhm. Okay,
Until
hi.
next time, honey.
Until next time,
This is Bo.
and this is CeeLo.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for taking a seat at the table today. We love our dinner guests.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow The Dinner Agenda on the podcast platform you use so that you don't miss any new episodes. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Dinner Agenda.
We look forward to hearing your comments, questions, and even ideas you may have on future episodes.
Thanks for taking this journey with us.